The universe isn't just out there, it's interacting with you. Claim your power by embracing the unknown. This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, and I'm here to ignite your curiosity. Don't just listen, embrace it. Can you do me a really quick favor? Can you like, subscribe, and share? It really helps me out. Thank you. There have been some heavy topics in the news lately. And as I was considering what I wanted to talk about here, I was trying to figure out a way to lighten up and have a little more fun. And then I realized Valentine's Day is on Saturday. Anybody who really knows me knows how much I loathe Valentine's Day. I have been working on a writing project, and I don't know where I want to take it, but I have several chapters that I absolutely love. I devoted one whole chapter to my loathing of Valentine's Day. I don't have a problem with someone expressing love, appreciation. I don't have a problem with someone showing their feelings. I have a big problem with a designated day where people, mainly men, are supposed to go, oh my God, I have to go buy her a card and flowers and a box of candy. So I don't have any issues with expressing love and romance to someone. I do, however, have a problem with someone not having an original thought. Like, I don't know, maybe buy flowers some other day, just a random day, just to show someone that you were thinking about them, that you had considered them. I don't know, maybe make reservations for someone. A special night out, just because. Not because it's a specific day on the calendar, but just because you thought it would be sweet and nice. I don't know, maybe you've had a lot going on. And I want to give you a break, so let's just go even take out. Or I've made reservations. And there was a meme going around recently where I don't think men really understand the value of making reservations. And this isn't obviously speaking to everyone, but there is a large majority of people that are still running around right now trying to secure flowers and chocolates. Like if I go into a big box store right now, like this week, all of those things are going to be right up front. Like men don't even have to think. And I will just observe them with these crazy eyes. And I have seen men with crazy eyes looking for a box of chocolates, looking for flowers, and not even having to think about it. Oh, this one looks good. This one looks good. And now I have my token expression. I mean, I loathe this day so much that I call it VD Day. And instead of Valentine's Day, I call it a venereal disease. Somewhere deep in the subconscious, this seems like to me that it is a gift of exchange, that it's expecting something in return. It's not just a thoughtful gesture just because. It's, I'm giving you this and I'm expecting something in return. Not everybody gets the same thing or expects the same thing, but still there's this subconscious that I want something back for buying you a bouquet of flowers. I will admit that I have changed my feelings about Valentine's Day over my life. Now, I see it in different decades, and certainly when you're young and you're in love and it's just really sweet to get something. And then you get into your 20s and your 30s and 40s, and now, no, I don't I don't want you to fall in line with the masses. I don't want you to just do something because there is a day on the calendar, a commercialized holiday, instructing you to do that. I need you to have an original thought. There was a guy that I dated in my 20s, and it was somebody that I went to high school with, and I don't know, we reconnected. I don't know how anybody reconnected at that point because nobody had phones. Nobody had phone numbers. We didn't know how to reach anybody. So it's always interesting when I think back to that time period, it's like, how did we even make plans? Whatever, it's fine. But I reconnected with this guy and we dated for, I don't know, just a few months, like 3 or 4 months tops. And it was over Christmas time. And I have had a podcast about Christmas presents as well. I don't necessarily love that either, but he had wrapped my gift up. And as I pulled the paper off, it was this really big, thick book. I was in my 20s. I wasn't reading any big, it was a huge, thick book. And I was like, oh, a book. Thank you, I guess. I don't read. And he was like, open the book. And when I opened the book, he had, now some of you people who do read books might have a little bit of a problem with this, but he had cut out the interior of the book and had put inside of it a large bottle of nice perfume. And even to this day, I think back to that, where he went out of his way to give me this very unique presentation. It wasn't standard. It wasn't like it was just in the box and you open the box and, kind of like the Tiffany jewelry that's that specific blue where you know what it is. And people get more excited about that teal colored box than they do about the jewelry. And I realize now, I didn't at the time, that was somebody who put a lot of thought into how they presented their gift, instead of the person who follows along and does the same thing that everybody else does. Fast forward to someone I dated a few years ago, and we had been dating since May, and it was Christmas time. So over 6 months. So it wasn't just casual. We were already emotionally invested. And this was the guy that gave me hiking socks. And, you open up this gift and it's like, oh, socks. Wow. I don't know. Thank you again. Thanks. And at the time, there was this pang of hurt. Even though this person did things for me and other things that were considerate and thoughtful, there was an expectation that I had in that moment of something else. I wasn't expecting a piece of jewelry, but I was expecting maybe something a little more personal. And now I'm going to bring astrology into the conversation, which I have been doing more often. And why have I been doing that? Because, like with the sock guy, he has his Venus in Capricorn. He sees immense value in very practical things. He gets excited about very practical items. He is not going to waste money on flowers, on chocolates, on things that can be consumed in a short amount of time. I no longer date men who have Venus in Capricorn. Because while I do appreciate value. I do appreciate things, but I have learned that people don't have a lot of multifacets in some of these aspects. When they have planets in a very fixed sign, they just like run the same loop over. They do the same thing. They like the consistency. They don't want to try anything new. And for my Venus in Scorpio, for anybody, a Venus in Scorpio, we're very intense. We want someone who is willing to go emotionally deep with us. We're going to talk about the hard things. We want to see your heart. We want to see it basically served up on a platter. Like, I don't want you to hold back. I don't want you to keep the secrets. Like, if I feel like there's secrets, that will destroy my trust. And a Venus in Capricorn just has this natural reservation. Like, I'm not going to show you everything because I need to act like I've got everything together and where it needs to be, which is very triggering for my Venus in Scorpio. Like, if I feel that you're keeping secrets and you don't tell me, then I will, or can, burn everything down to the ground until you spill the beans. So while I do absolutely loathe this commercial holiday and everything that it stands for, I don't have any problem with kids. I don't have any problem with buying a sweet box of chocolates for small children in your life and being very thoughtful and showing young people how do we express love? How do we show love? And talk about it. Talk about the different ways that we can express love. Like, you know, we don't do that enough with kids. We don't give them a box of chocolates and say Happy Valentine's Day and then give them a little bit, which is age appropriate, but give them a little bit of backstory of, I am showing you, this is one way of showing love. And some people show love through gifts. Some people show love through words. Some people show love through acts of service. I don't think we're doing enough explaining to young people the differences. And it's absolutely appropriate to make a Valentine for a small child, or have them make Valentines for grandparents. Have them create something and teach them how to show love other than just buying a gift. How can we create something that is cute, that is heartwarming? And I know there's probably parents out there that hate that crap. I love it. I have a whole tub of homemade things because it checks off more boxes for me than just going to a store and buying a card. So other than the commercialized factor here, I also now realize that there are 12 different signs, which means that people have their Venus in one of 12 signs. And those 12 different signs are going to have multiple, or at least 12, if not more, expressions of how people show their love. Or don't. It is my wish for anyone who is listening to be creative, to do something that is sweet and endearing. Or I don't know, I guess if you need to spice things up, do something spicy. If you're always doing something sweet, then do something spicy. But for the love of God, don't just go buy a box of chocolates and a card and then expect her to cook you dinner. This is one of those holidays where it's just like gag. I mean, it just turns my stomach. But I will get through it. It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. Happy VD Day to everyone. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tracy Talks. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. Friends can find Tracy Talks available on iTunes, Spotify, Substack, and YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram and Facebook at More Tracy Talks. And until next time, we meet again.